So they tell me to keep active. That's it. Keep active. Go out. Keep active. Do what you got to do, but keep moving. So I'm trying different stuff. Went down to Florida for a little bit, did some water skiing. Anybody try water skiing? I tried water skiing for the first time in my life. Anybody do it? You like it? Yeah, I didn't like it. A lot of work for not that much fun, actually. I didn't know how much work was involved. You got to put the big vest on. You got to get in the water, put your skis on, put your gloves on, grab that handle, straighten out that rope, brace yourself. You're like, okay, I'm ready, go. Boom, I'm down. They got to pull the boat around. I got to locate my bathing suit. Yeah. I got it. She was on the inside. I got her. Stop looking. I got it. I wasn't the brightest either because I was like the only guy going for the first time. Everybody else, they all knew what they were doing. That's kind of discouraging when you can actually hear them on the boat. This sucks. He's down again. I didn't invite him. You invited him. Then they turn around, they try to help you out. Try and stand up! Oh, is that the idea? I thought I was supposed to be dragged through the water with my mouth open. Stand up, oh! Thank you, God. That's the worst part about it, too, because after you wipe out, you're just floating there in that water, waiting for your friends to circle around and pick you up. You ever been way out there? Just... this at all. This is embarrassing too. I found out I scream exactly the same if a great white is gonna attack me or if a piece of seaweed touches my foot. There's a moment I want back right there. Right? Get me in the boat! What's the matter? Yucky toes! Touch me. Just be honest with people. If you don't know what you're doing, in a sport, or you're just starting, be honest. You know? Hey, I've never went water skiing before, and I suck. Should I go? No, you shouldn't, no. All right, thanks for the honesty. Appreciate it. I went on vacation once. I met up with a bunch of people, and they were like, hey, you want to go jet skiing tomorrow? And I'd never been jet skiing in my life, and I should have said that. But I was like, yeah, I'll go. I'm good. They're like, all right, great. Meet us here tomorrow. So I meet them there the next day. They all had their own jet skis. They're like, where's your jet ski? Oh, I forgot it. I forgot mine. Now I got to rent one, which is even worse because you get a piece of garbage when you rent. And they're all bragging about theirs, right? Yeah, this is a Kawasaki KZ double 9000 wave humper. Got the humper, huh? Cool, yeah. I got a gray one. I'll be on the gray one. It says rental with a big number 8 on the back. I'll be riding the bowling shoe out there. I'll be on the shoe. They all take off. They're like, yeah. They're like gunning. I'm like, all right. She's pegged. You know how embarrassing it is to wipe out going 0? No. It's all right. It's a trick. I'm doing a trick. This is cool.
I went to the doctor recently, and my doctor told me that I can no longer even sleep safely. My doctor told me that I have a condition called sleep apnea. And this is after every woman I've ever slept with telling me that I have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a condition where you snore so bad that not enough oxygen gets into your brain. Basically, I have a condition where when I fall asleep, I turn into a pug. I can't even sleep unsupervised. The one thing we let babies do, unsupervised. And this makes me sad. It depresses me. But also, if you think about it, it's a story of human triumph. It is, right? Because I've become such a chubby little guy that I broke the system. I have become comfortable beyond God's foresight. Right? God was up in heaven like, I will create a creature that sustains itself on an equal measure of eating and sleeping. And one of the angels was like, but God, what if they get so good at eating that they can no longer sleep? And God was like, spare me your philosophical riddles, angel. I have created perfect balance. Yes, I have created plentiful food, but I have also created famine and war and winter and wolves. And the entire time we were down here on Earth like, what else can we put in the pizza crust? Nom, 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 nom. But we have also solved sleep apnea now. Because I have a mask, I have a device that I can put on at night that lets me sleep safely at night. It's called the CPAP mask, and it's a full face mask where I put it on. I look like a fighter pilot on a mission to never have sex again for the rest of my life. Ever. It's the least sexy thing on the planet because it's a mask with a hose that connects to a box. If that's on, it's off. You know, like... It doesn't look like it's time to get down. It looks like it's time to say goodbye to Pop Pop for the last time. And I worry about that. I worry about what's going to happen if I die in my sleep while I'm wearing that mask. Because that means that my ghost will also be wearing that mask. We all understand that, right? Your ghost is wearing whatever you were wearing when you die. That's science. That's hard science. And I'm going to have to explain that to other ghosts. And many of those ghosts will have died before the invention of the CPAP mask. So they're gonna think I died doing something cool. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, all right, I know you got a good story, man. What happened to you, dude? What happened to you, dude? He died in 1830, but he still talks like this. What happened to you, dude? Oh, dude. Dude, I drank a hella poisonous tonic, dude. That's what happened to me. What happened to you, brother? Were you like a undersea welder or something? What happened to you, man? What's with the mask? Were you like a fighter pilot? No, too big. All right, what were you? What was going on? I'm gonna have to be like, oh, no, nothing like that. I had so much fudge that my body forgot how to sleep.
Glad to be here in Dallas. I'm glad to be at a comedy club. We're not always. Sometimes we do weird things. Like earlier this year, I did stand up at a lawyers conference in Miami, and yeah, I don't know why either. I don't know. I guess they were like, this guy's got felons in his family. He knows lawyer stuff probably. So I did this lawyers conference. It was fine because honestly, there was a point in time in my life where I thought I might want to be a lawyer when I grew up because I had somehow got it in my head that lawyer is one of the only white collar jobs you can have when you talk like a racist banjo, right? Well, I don't know if it's because of Atticus Finch or Matlock or what it is, but for some reason, people are okay with Southern lawyers. You know what I mean? It's all right to be a Southern lawyer. And I could see myself doing that as a kid. Like, I could see myself walking into court in a seersucker suit, just dabbing the prodigious whiskey sweat from my brow, like, from my grandpappy's handkerchief, you know, setting it down, hitting them with some old-timey nonsense. Like, Your Honor, if you think my client's going to spend one more night in the hoose gal, you crazy as a gravy-covered cat in a barnyard full of bloodhounds, you is. The jury's just like, this guy's too dumb to be duplicitous. I inherently trust this man. Not guilty, right? I could see that, but no, as it turns out, I'm not but a simple giggle monger as things happen. But yeah, I was in Miami in February, and right before that, I did stand up in Phoenix in January. And those two experiences combined led me to developing this new sociological theory I've been working on this year. And my theory is this. I think that the hot sun makes white people go insane. That's what I think. That's what I think happens. Because you think about all the parts of this country where the white people are the craziest, it's where the sun is the hottest, you know? It's like out west, it's Arizona, east of the Mississippi, it's the entire American South, you know? And even within the South, the maxim holds true. The further south you go, the hotter the sun is, the crazier the crackers are, right? Like you start out in Kentucky, Virginia, it's not so bad. You get to Alabama, it's like, ugh, and then you wind up in Florida and they're throwing alligators through drive-through windows and shit. These motherfuckers are crazy. You ain't supposed to be like that. I think it's the hot sun. I do think the hot part is important. I say that because I live in Southern California and like there's plenty of sun out there, but it's not hot for most of the year. For most of the year, it's like sunny and 72. And like the white people in LA, they're delusional, but they're not scary though, right? Like it's a different type of crazy. You know what I mean? But you leave LA, you start driving out east into the desert, they start to turn, man. They do. Like next thing you know, you're driving by Uncle Shooty's biker shop and Nazi stuff emporium. It's like, oh, this ain't good. Worrisome. I don't even think it has to be prolonged exposure to the hot sun. I think if the sun is hot enough, the effect can be acute in nature. Like, I think white people in the hot sun are like werewolves in the moonlight. Like, it just brings the monster out of us, you know? Like that you could take the most white bread, milk toast data analyst from Kalamazoo, you send him to Las Vegas for a weekend conference. By Sunday, he's standing out in the middle of the strip with his dick out like, fuck you, Sphinx. I bet the house is the roulette table and I don't give a fuck. It fucks us up, man. That's why I'm so worried about this recent trend of like white dude bros sunning their taints and stuff. Like I said, that's a real thing. Fox News talked about Tucker Carlson did a whole segment on it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing they're doing. They're like purposefully exposing their buttholes and their genitals and their taints and stuff to concentrated UV lights for like power-up purposes or something. And there's nothing good's gonna come out of that, man. Nothing. I'll tell you, you take a heavily bearded alpha male going through a divorce, he starts sunning his taint, next thing you know, Proud Boys. That's what happens. That's how the Proud Boys started. It's a problem. I don't think it's just an American problem, though. I think this is a global phenomenon. Like, for example, if you think about like England, right? Like in England, the sun is a myth, right? It's very gray, rainy. And you could say English white people, they've been evil and colonially over the years, but they're not crazy, though. No, they're not. They're very prim, proper, buttoned up. Yes, quite. That's how they are. But you take England, leave it in the hot sun for a couple hundred years, bam, Australia. That's what you get. Australia, a.k.a. the Florida of Oceania. I love Australians. They're a lot of fun, but they're down there fist fighting kangaroos and using the word cunt like a punctuation mark. This shit ain't normal. You ain't supposed to be like that. I think it's the hot. And there's one thing you could bring up to give me some issues with this. You could be like, well, Trae, what about like Russia, right? Russia, they got all them white people, no hot sun, crazy as a shithouse rat. How do you explain that, right? There's a couple ways of looking at that. You could look at that as like, yeah, my theory's dead in the water before we even get started. Or you could look at that as like, what if that's just their baseline, you know? It's like, what if that's just their starting point? Like, imagine what might happen if we expose Russia to the hot sun for a while. Like, that's the real danger of climate change right there. We don't all start recycling more. It's going to be Mad Max and Adidas tracksuits in no time.
When I got this chin, I thought things would be different. I thought things would be easier. I thought dating would be easier. No. Maybe it's me. I'm very picky. I'm so hard to date. I have such a specific type. I predominantly only date older women, just personal preference. Like late 30s, early 40s. Oh my God, such a sweet spot. Oh. Well, not ones who sit in the back. This bitch is wooing from her handicap spot in the parking lot. I also don't know if you match the criteria. It's gotta be late 30s, early 40s, man. Because women are kind of like Captain Crunch, right? Like, they're the best right before they're gross. Fuck y'all, that's a solid cereal joke, okay? Because if you fuck with Captain Crunch, you know it's a very fine window. If it tears your mouth up and it's oatmeal, okay? It's a very fine line. And it's like 42. Apparently, who knew? Some of y'all not laughing because you're sitting there with some grits. And that's fine. Snitch on yourself if you want to. Maybe a little brown sugar in the front row. Put your dash on. That's how you holler. No verbal communication needed. I knew what that meant. Yeah, older women are so dope, man. Sometimes they got kids, which means they got snacks. I'm so easy, man. I can't cook at all. I'll fuck you for a Lunchable. That's a fact. I'm so easy. Are you kidding me? If you have a crock pot, I will shut shit down. To the best of my ability. I don't know who you were dating before me or what they were doing, but I don't want to make false promises. Because sex is hard. It is. Ladies, y'all have it so easy. Oh, never heard that before? I fully believe women have sex so much easier than men. Oh, yeah. One hoe in the back, just like, yeah, it just opens up. It's crazy. It just does its own thing. Dudes come out of her pussy like this. I think it's so true. It's so much less work. All you technically have to do is like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all. Just be punctual. That's your only responsibility, is to be on time, because we will start without you. That's the only requirement. Do you realize as a man, like, there's a certain level of excitement I have to get, and I have to maintain this excitement the entire time while I'm focusing on a million things. I'm focusing on me, I'm focusing on you, I'm switching positions. It's a full court press the entire time. You focus so much that sometimes you go quick. You fuckers leave me hanging on this right now like I'm the only dude who's at my special. Y'all gonna disrespect me like this. Y'all ain't shit, man. Oh, I'm the only person ever to bust fast. Hilarious, you guys. Y'all ain't shit. You know that? It happens to the best of us, okay? There's no need to be a big deal, be a big problem about it. Would you be mad if your food came out early at a restaurant? No, you'd be like, the chef is killing it. I got all this time for activities. I don't come fast, I just respect your schedule, okay? I know you gotta take your kids to school in the morning, so. Sex is hard. The build-up is fun, though. Like sexting. Sexting is the most fun. Oh, my God. Dudes love sexting. We're so good at it. Because we're just lying the whole time. Oh, it's so easy. We lie so much. We talk so much game of what we can't wait to do to y'all when we see it. We ain't doing none of that ever. At all. We're like the J.K. Rowling of dick pics. Like, we just writing fairy tales and shit we are never gonna do to y'all ever. We set the bar too high. We say crazy stuff like, girl, when I see you, I'm gonna put you up against the wall. I'm gonna fuck you in the curtains. Like, you ain't fucking nobody in the curtains. You've been to my house. I got blinds. You want me to scratch my back up? Not very practical. I lied recently. That's how the game goes. I was sexting with this girl and like, I could see where she was going with it, but it was just rude of her to assume. Like, I was sexting with this girl and she was like, I'm only 103 pounds. You could throw me around. Like, I responded as a dude. I was like, that's right. But on the inside, I was like, that's more than you think it is. That's... Fellas, back me up on this. 103? Get the fuck out. Oh, it's nothing? It's light work? Oh, pick me up then. How about fuck your lower back? How about that? I haven't done a deadlift since 10th grade. Now fucking you's gotta be leg day. Now I gotta fuck you with one of those weight trainer belts that Mexicans wear in the gym for no reason. Mexicans be in the gym doing all arms, got a whole back brace. Like, why you got jeans on?
All right, I gotta tell you this one last crazy thing that happened to me over the pandemic, and this really gets me worked up, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is more. It's just more offensive than the peanut butter thing, but it's in a much different way, and it's somehow grosser. But all right, I'll just tell you what happened. So over the quarantine, I ended up needing to get a new business manager, which is like a very important role in a career. But here's the thing, is that we were doing the hiring process over Zoom, which to me is not a way to communicate with other people. It's so not personal, and I'm hiring a very important job. Because I feel like if I get to meet you face to face, look you in the eye, shake your hand, I'm a pretty good judge of character. But like on Zoom, I can't even tell if you got pants on or not. That's always my last question of the interview. I'm like, and can you please stand up? Show me what you're working with. And if you're in a wheelchair, just scoot into frame. I'm an equal opportunity employer. Wouldn't that be funny if I wasn't, though? Like, fuck these blind people. Non-seeing motherfucker. Go ahead and laugh, they can't see ya. Anyway, I hired this guy. I thought he was the right guy for the job. And to tell the truth, he was doing great. Numbers look good, operations running smooth. So then, remember when the pandemic finally broke enough that we could start going out to restaurants? I was like, all right, let me take this guy out to lunch and meet him in person. Now at lunch, he orders a sub sandwich. And you know when you get your sub, there's the cut end, and then there's the heel end. He fucking ate it from the heel end. Like, what kind of fucking animal eats it from the heel end? I had never seen no shit like that. I fired him on the spot. I was like, we are done here, you psycho. You're changing passwords. Seriously, how about this? Show of hands right now. You ever seen anybody do that? No, because it's not a fucking thing that you do. Oh, yeah. Oh, now you want to be a member of our society? Get the fuck out of here. A chinchilla knows better than that. And look, I know that our country is very politically divided right now, but I am pretty sure we can come together on this. And don't eat the heel end and then burp your buddy. Oh, you know who does eat it from the heel end? Fucking magicians. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
I was going to tell you guys the biggest difference I notice about Republicans and Democrats is Democrats make better coffee. You know? I don't know if you guys like coffee, but that's the truth. Democrats, good coffee. Right? Because I'm from Seattle, Washington. I don't like a black coffee or an Americano. I like a fancy little, with a stupid little cup. You know, that's what I like. I like a doppio ristretto shot pulled neatly into a ceramic cup. It's called a Cafe Nico. It's got like a little rind of orange, some cinnamon, some orange-flavored syrup. It's a little dollop of almond milk. You can't order that from a Republican, you know? Right? When I go to Knoxville, Tennessee, I can't just walk in and be like, all right, boys, I would like a doppio ristretto shot pulled neatly in a ceramic cup with a little rind. He's like, you trying to suck my dick, boy? I'm like, what? No. What are you talking about? Hey, get out of here, Gary. This guy's trying to suck our dicks. I'm like, no. Stay back there. It's a real drink. What are you talking about? He's like, we got black coffee, and I can leave a little room for your pussy if you want to put some milk in it. Right, that's, you can't. That's it. You can, and I love that. That's me. I love a cowboy, but you can't order what I like from him. If you want the type of coffee I like, you have to go to one of these little granola peddling, little hipster fucking shops where all the guys have fucking neck tattoos and all the women are dressed like Cam Newton for no reason, and right? And they treat you like shit. That's how you know the coffee's good, when they treat you like shit. They're just mean to you for no reason. They just start it shitty. You've done nothing wrong. There could be no one in the coffee shop. It's gonna take an hour. This guy had to get through all the flags just to get to the guy. And the guy's, he looks like an idiot. He's got no bones because he's never eaten meat, so he's just wiping shit down. The rag is very heavy for him. He's like, by the time he notices, he's like, hey. You're like, hey. Yeah, that's the guy. That guy makes the best coffee you'll ever taste in your life. You've got to go through the little song and dance, you know? Are you guys here for the Palestine march? You're like, no, we're not. Just fucking, can I just get the Cafe Nico, you know? Please, just one, please. Promise not to talk to you if you just... That's who makes the good shit. And it's always in a town like Portland or Seattle, one of these fucking towns, you know? I pray for those towns every day. I don't know if you guys are people of prayer, but I pray for them. I keep them in the thoughts. You know, I'm always like, God, please keep Portland safe, you know? Please keep Austin safe, Lord. Right? Because they're any day now. It's true. People forget. Even the people in those towns, they forget. Because Seattle is a little blue dot surrounded by red. Portland, little blue dot surrounded by red. Austin, little blue dot, a lot of red. A lot of red. And these towns are so beautiful. They're very artistic. They're my favorite for that reason. They're these nice people who love art, and I like that. I like it. But they get cocky. And in their cute little safe blue circle, they start talking shit like these fucking stupid hick racists. You're like, shut the fuck up. They're right there. You know? They can hear you. And they're armed. Right? Nobody's factoring that. You can't walk around popping off like, he's that racist morons. You're like, shut the fuck up. One day they're gonna go, let's get Austin, you know? And that's gonna take, I don't know, 4 minutes. Right, can you imagine that war? Just all of Texas, like, and then the front lines of Austin are just these guys with stupid mustaches and the bikes with the big front wheels, like, welcome to Austin, boys. You know? They're going, hit them with the poetry. You're like, no, not the fucking, there's no poetry. Jesus Christ. Get him with the hacky sacks. You're like, oh, fucking dead. It's just all, there's no more art, you know? There's no good coffee or art. Most famous celebrity just pours concrete. That's the fucking... There's no music or comedy anymore. Just a bunch of guys with guns.
Now, we all know pitfalls of being a teenager, right? So you have to decide which ones you want to warn your kids about and how you should warn them, you know? I think we've all changed how we warn our kids about drinking and driving. Now, the message is easy. Call an Uber, call a Lyft. I'll pay for everything. Like, there's no excuse for it to ever happen, you know? And I know all the people that I know have kids are very vocal about that now. And I don't know too many teenage kids that are drinking and driving anymore because of that, right? We're pretty clear on this message now. But there's other things that you know they're gonna run into that you don't tell them about. Because how would you? Like my daughter, look, one of the pitfalls that I knew my daughter was gonna run into, my daughter, my princess, my baby girl. The smartest young woman that I know. But I knew that my daughter, my baby girl, you know what pitfall I knew she was gonna fall for? You know what I knew she was gonna fall for? I knew that my daughter was gonna fall for just the tip. How did I know she was gonna fall for that? Because you fell for it, and you fell for it, and you fell for it, and you fell for it. You all fucking fell for something. If you didn't fall for just a tip, you fell for I just want to lay naked next to you. Just one pump. I want to know what it feels like. Don't shake your fucking heads. You all fell for something. And that's what I knew. I'm like, she's gonna fall for that shit. And by the way, it's not that I don't want her to have sex. I'm not that guy who's like, oh, I know that's gonna happen. But the tip is where the bad stuff comes from. The tip makes babies. I don't want that shit. I don't want babies. I'd rather have a guy say just the nuts. Fine, dude. Stuff your nuts in there. I got no problem with that. Stuffed nuts. I'm gonna run for office under stuffed nuts. Looks like it. Looks like it feels great. Stuffed nuts. No kids. That's all I'm saying. It's so funny to see them do shit that I did. I remember the first time I found my son drunk in my kitchen, my oldest son. And here's the thing, here's how you can tell someone's drunk. You can tell they're drunk by what two foods they're combining together. Because if you're eating chips and salsa, you're not that drunk. He was dipping chicken into peanut butter. Sitting in the corner of the kitchen like this. And he was like, this is delicious. And he even said, I think this is how they discovered Reese's. So I was like, hey man, put the chicken and the peanut butter down. Get upstairs, dude, this is embarrassing. He was like, okay. And he goes upstairs. And on his way up the stairs, I said to him, hey, just so you know, man, that chicken and peanut butter, that's not gonna be good for you later. And I was right, because I heard that, we've all heard that, right? That late night run to the bathroom. Your body is amazing. Your body is amazing for this reason. You can pass out. As a man, I've passed out. Dudes have put their nuts on my cheek. They've traced their dicks on my forehead. They squirt shit all over you. You don't wake up. But you gotta puke and your body's like, pew! And sends you off running in a direction, right? So I hear him running down the hallway. And then there's silence. And then I just hear, This isn't fun anymore. Silence, and then just. And my favorite, I swear to God. If you let me stop throwing up, I will never drink again. And then he did a couple of them, what I like to call my favorite, the silent scream. You know when you're like, oh, I don't feel so good. I don't. Ah! Oh, that really hurts my stomach. Oh, that hurts so much. I hope that never happens. Ah! But your abs never look better that next day, right? You're like, God damn! I need to do some more of those.
I'm very into the haunted, paranormal, ghosty type stuff. Anybody else in that kind of stuff? Yeah. Like everywhere I go, I like to look up, see if there's anything haunted in the area, maybe go check it out. So when I got here, I started Googling. I was like, where in Phoenix is it haunted? And then Google was like, go outside. But doing my research, I came to the realization that most ghosts are from the 1800s. Like anytime you hear about a ghost story, it's usually like, oh yeah, that's Mabel. She died in 1806 from seasonal allergies. You don't ever hear about a 1997 ghost? You've never heard the story. Oh yeah, that's Stacy. She died in 97. She was crossing the street while checking her pager. I like scary movies. You guys like scary movies? Yeah. Love scary movies. I mean, sometimes they're a little predictable, you know? Like you can always tell when the ghost is gonna come on the screen because the music changes. It turns into like creepy classical music or Johnny Cash. But not if your ghost was Stacy. Nah, if Stacy was your ghost, she'd wake you up in the middle of the night with no scrubs. No scrubs. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stacy's creepy. If I got to pick which kind of ghost I wanted to haunt me, I would pick a millennial ghost. A millennial ghost named Dylan. He has a man bun. When you're being haunted, your personal things go missing. So all my hair ties would disappear. Dylan. They say if you're being haunted by an evil spirit, people have reported the smell of something foul, like sulfur. But if Dylan was haunting you, you'd wake up to the smell of fresh roasted coffee beans. Organic fair trade. Could you imagine waking up every morning to the smell of coffee? And then you run to the kitchen, and there's never coffee. Dylan. Or maybe it was a girl millennial ghost named Dylan. She wears her hair in a messy bun. Yeah, I'd probably pick her to haunt me. Because she'd probably just forget to scare me because she was on her phone. She'd just tweet me a boo emoji. Hashtag scary. Hashtag right behind you. I grew up watching scary movies and scary TV shows. my favorite TV show growing up was Unsolved Mysteries. Right? That was my show. And like I would watch it when I was home alone by myself because that made it scarier. As soon as that theme music started, whoo, forget it. I'm not going pee till my mom gets home. Even now as an adult, if I'm home alone watching something scary on TV, and then I gotta walk all the way down the hallway to the bathroom, I'll start singing praise and worship songs. For protection. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells. You gotta get aggressive. You gotta get aggressive with the ghost. You gotta let them know you ain't playing no games. Oh, you think this a game, ghost? Oh, you trying to scare me? Well, you didn't see me over here with my Merlot taking my communion? Blood of Christ!
I used to have a story about when my son turned 18, I was going to punch him in the face. He's 18 now. On his birthday, I got up early. I set my alarm. And I went downstairs and I made myself a good breakfast. And then I heard him getting up. And I go, here we go. It's game time. My heart started racing. My hands got sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. So dumb. Oh, God. And I started giving myself a pep talk. I was like, you can punch him. He's 18. You can do this because you did not spank him, and these are all the spankings that he should have coming to him. And then I heard him coming down the stairs, so I started walking towards the bottom of the staircase, and then he turned the corner, and I just saw a little boy walking towards me. And I was like, you can't punch this little boy. But here's what you can do. You can put a hockey helmet on him and hockey gloves, and then you can put those on as well, and we can go in the backyard and we can locker box. So that's what we did. And I kept hitting him in the shoulder. And he goes, it doesn't even hurt. What are you doing? And I was like, all right, just wait. And then the third round, he could not lift his hands up to protect his face. That's old man knowledge. President style. After we locker boxed, I went inside and I checked my social media, and there were over 1,000 messages asking if I had punched my son in the face. Happy birthday. That's the kind of world we live in, I guess. So I replied to all these messages. I said, no, I couldn't punch him in the face. I didn't think it'd be fair to him. So instead, we went in the backyard and we locker boxed. And then I put my phone away. And then 24 hours later, I checked, and I had a message from a man in Little Rock, Arkansas, and he had replied back to me with a picture of Urban Dictionary's definition of locker box. And I would like to tell you that it is not what I thought. Urban Dictionary's definition of locker box is when you're having sex with someone, you also shove your nuts into them. I mean, where do you even start? Do people do that? And if so, how? How do you do that? The only thing I know about that sexual position is you probably need the lights on. That does not seem like a feel-around job to finish it. Oh, my God. So anyways, I sent over 1,000 people a message from my home computer that said, nah, man, I didn't punch him in the face. You know, because that wouldn't be fair. Instead, I brought him in the backyard. And I put my balls up there. For like a week, I was nervous that the green light on my computer was gonna come on the camera, and it would just be the feds like, what else is going on over there, creep? All right.
Like, first of all, find out what a millennial is before you start bashing them, okay? Because I got my friends who are 33, 34 years old being like, yeah, bro, these fucking millennials are pussies. I'm like, you're a millennial! We were introduced to it like very slowly and responsibly. You know what I mean? It was a little bit here, a little bit there, not all the way at once. You know, like we were 8 years old. We knew how to like code, like little fucking Zuckerbergs. We knew how to code in the back end of an AOL profile. We didn't just like choose the color black. We had to write hashtag F to get black. Remember that shit? You had to know how to speak algorithm, okay? 8 years old, speaking algorithm. We knew how to, and then we go back outside, have a normal childhood, but we know a little algorithm with us, you know? You grow up a little bit more, the internet evolved a little bit more, we grew up a little bit more. You'd stay up late where everybody else was sleeping in your house. You'd go down in the basement to where that one computer was. We only had one computer, remember that shit? That one weird computer that just, the light was never off. It was like mesmerizing, like what's going on the computer downstairs? 10 years old, you sneak into a chat room. You stay up late, everyone's sleeping, you're like, hey, any other lesbians in this chat room tonight? Just one horny lesbian looking for another dirty 25-year-old lesbian to talk about lesbian stuff. I go to school the next day, my friend Joe's like, I talked to a lesbian for 3 hours last night. I was like, me too. Me too, Joe. We were primed and ready. When Facebook came our way, we were ready for this shit. We were responsible with this bomb. We knew how to handle this shit. You know what I mean? It's like we read the first 9 books. We're ready for the 10th book. We know the rules of this universe. We know the characters. We know how to behave. You know, we knew what a poke on Facebook meant. We knew it. Nobody had to explain it to us. We just knew. Eric, you saw Stephanie poked you? Yeah, Stephanie wants some dick. That's what Stephanie wants. I know she poked me. We gotta fuck. Those are the rules of a Facebook poke. I don't make the rules, but I know the rules, right? We're responsible with this shit. Your parents didn't read any of the first 9 books. They don't know what the fuck's going on. On the 10th book, they kick the door and like, what is this, Facebooks? This is Facebooks, right? Show me my old high school crush. I want to see if he's bald. Make me a Facebooks. How do I Facebooks? They're moving shit around. Nothing makes sense anymore. It was a cool place for a few years. It was like where we went to flirt, meet girls, meet guys, you know? And all of a sudden, it was like seeing your mom at the club. It's like, why the fuck is my mom on Facebook? Why is my mom on Facebook? So you shouldn't be here. This is worlds colliding. This is no good. It was where we did our thing. You weren't the same person on Facebook as you were at the fucking Thanksgiving dinner table. That wasn't you. You were just some alternate character of who you really want to be on Facebook, taking all cool pictures and shit like this. You know, that wasn't really you. Your parents shouldn't have seen that. It's like seeing your parents fuck. This is weird. This is not, you know what I mean? Like you used to log on to Facebook. It was exciting. You see that the notification, the 5 would light up. It's like, holy shit, what the fuck's behind that 5? You get butterflies. It was an exciting time. Was I tagged in a photo over the weekend? You know, did my crush accept my friend request? What the fuck's behind that 5? Now one day you log in, it's like 99 plus. You're like, that's strange. Did I go viral? But no, your Aunt Louise wants to play Farmville because she doesn't have a job, I guess. Don't you work, Louise? I can't send you money and be jeweled right now. What did you do to this place? Nothing made sense. You're getting poked by your grandma, great-grandma. Now I gotta fuck you. You happy? You think I wanna do this? Those are the rules of Facebook. Now we gotta fuck, okay? I told you to read the manual, lady. Why are you here? No one taught us that a wall post was a wall post and a status was a status. We just knew that shit. They were two very different things. A status is where all the horny girls my age in college would make like a rap lyric when they were going out curling their hair. Like, did you put the sexy rap lyric there? Put it on, put it on, put it on. Curling their hair. Something about popping that pussy or something like that, right? So all the guys your age would like the pussy status. Oh my God, he liked my status. We're totally gonna fuck tonight. It was a way to like flirt. A status was like basically like showing your eggs, bringing them to market, you know? And then all of a sudden, on the pussy post, your Aunt Diane's like, happy birthday, Danielle. It's like, this doesn't go here. That's a wall post. This is pussy time, okay? Fuck. Get off Facebook.